Welcome back to my channel, everyone. When we think about love, we often picture it as a simple feeling, something easy to understand and express. We imagine romantic gestures, affection, and emotional connections shared between two people. But famous psychoanalyst Carl Jung believed love is much more than that. He saw it not just as an emotion or a moment of passion, but as a powerful force that can shape who we are at the deepest level. According to Jung, real love isn't just about being admired or desired. It goes far beyond physical attraction or temporary feelings. True love, he believed, is a spiritual and psychological connection. It's a force that helps us grow into our most authentic self. When someone truly loves you, they don't try to control or change you. Instead, they support you, challenge you, and give you the freedom to grow. So what does true love really look like? Jung believed it starts with deep understanding. It shows itself through actions like patience, support, and giving you space to grow. Someone who truly loves you will never try to mold you into someone you're not. They respect your individuality and want you to become more of who you are, not less. In a healthy, loving relationship, both people keep their own identity. They don't lose themselves in each other. Instead, they walk side by side, growing together, supporting each other's dreams, passions, and self-expression. Jung called this process individuation, the journey of becoming your true self by letting go of societal expectations and embracing who you really are inside. This kind of love isn't always easy. It's not about comfort, it's about transformation. A person who loves you deeply will stay with you even as you face your inner struggles. They won't run from your darkness. In fact, they'll encourage you to face it. Jung called this part of us the shadow, the hidden fears, desires, and insecurities we often try to ignore. But real love doesn't judge. It offers a safe space to explore those hidden parts. It stands by you when you feel broken, not just when you shine. It helps you heal, not by erasing your pain, but by embracing it. Love becomes a mirror, showing you parts of yourself you might not even be aware of, your potential, your light, your complexity. Jung believed we're drawn to people who reflect parts of our inner world. When someone truly loves you, they don't just see who you are now, they see who you can become. This love doesn't settle or stay still, it grows. It inspires change. It burns not to destroy, but to awaken and transform. A person who truly loves you doesn't see you as a project or a fantasy. They see you as human, flawed, beautiful, and capable of growth. Jung believed that love isn't about perfection. We all carry emotional scars, and those scars aren't signs of weakness. They are signs of survival and growth. Loving someone means accepting their past, their pain, and their imperfections. It's not about ignoring flaws, it's about understanding them. Real love grows with time and change. It allows people to evolve. And even when that growth is uncomfortable, real love stays. It doesn't rush or pressure. It simply supports and believes in the journey. Love, according to Jung, is a commitment to transformation for both people. It doesn't trap or control. It gives freedom. True love respects boundaries, honors choices, and supports individuality. It's not about ownership. It's about mutual respect and shared growth. And of course, no real relationship is without conflict. Jung believed that disagreement is not a sign of failure. It's a chance to grow. Conflict reveals vulnerability and deepens connection. What matters is how we handle it. In a loving relationship, people face issues honestly. They talk openly, listen, and try to understand. Love isn't about avoiding problems. It's about working through them together. Jung also taught that in real love, we don't project unrealistic ideals onto our partner. We see them as they truly are, complex and human. This honesty leads to true intimacy, not based on fantasy, but on truth. And finally, Jung believed that real love respects freedom. Loving someone doesn't mean trying to control their life. It means letting them be who they are. Love needs space to grow. It thrives when both people feel free to follow their own path while supporting one another. So real love isn't just about romance or affection. It's a powerful journey of growth, healing, and deep connection. It challenges us to confront our fears, to accept ourselves fully, and to become who we're meant to be. A person who truly loves you walks with you, not just through the good times, but through the pain and transformation. They see your light, even when you can't. Now here's a question for you. Have you ever experienced a kind of love that helped you grow or discover something new about yourself? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. Love in its truest form has the power to awaken parts of ourselves we may have forgotten, hidden, or never even discovered. That's why the deepest relationships are so powerful. They're not just about romance or attraction. They are about two souls coming together to heal, to grow, and to help each other become more whole. True love doesn't always look like a perfect story. It's not about flawless partners or fairy tale moments. In fact, it's often messy, imperfect, and challenging. But what truly matters is not perfection. It's the willingness to walk together through difficulties, to accept one another fully, and to grow from every experience. Carl Jung believed that real intimacy is not about avoiding conflict, but learning from it. True love is not passive, it's active. It's a lifelong process of learning, listening, and understanding. When someone truly loves you, they don't just hear your words. They notice your silences, your gestures, and the feelings you don't always say out loud. This kind of love touches the deepest parts of your soul. It sees your fears, your insecurities, your dreams, and still chooses to stay. It's not about asking you to be perfect. It's about loving you exactly as you are, while gently encouraging you to become even more of your true self. Jung believed love is a powerful tool for self-discovery. In a true relationship, there's no need for masks or pretending. The one who truly loves you doesn't expect you to fit an ideal version. They accept you, your flaws, your fears, your strengths, and your story. This acceptance gives you freedom. Freedom to be your real self. Freedom to live without fear of judgment. When someone genuinely loves you, they become an important part of your journey. A partner, yes, but also a mirror, showing you the parts of yourself that need healing. Through this connection, you begin to explore the hidden corners of your own soul. Real love, Jung said, doesn't change you from the outside. It awakens your best self from within. It helps you grow, not because someone forces you to, but because something inside you wants to evolve, wants to align with who you truly are. And that's the beauty of love. It transforms us. But love isn't always easy. It's not always gentle. Sometimes it challenges you. Sometimes it hurts. But the one who truly loves you won't walk away when things get hard. They won't run when shadows appear. They will stay. They will hold space for your pain, your healing, and your growth, without rushing it, without trying to fix you. Jung also taught that love and respect go hand in hand. Love without respect becomes control, but love with respect creates safety. Someone who truly loves you respects your boundaries, your dreams, and your choices. They don't try to change you. They honor your path and walk beside you, not in front of you or behind you. True love isn't about losing yourself in another person. It's about being free together. It's a relationship between two whole people, not two halves, trying to become one. It's a partnership built on balance, not dependency. And perhaps one of Jung's most powerful lessons is this: true love starts within. If we can't love ourselves first, with all our imperfections, we'll always struggle to fully receive love from others. The way we speak to ourselves, treat ourselves, and understand ourselves sets the foundation for every relationship we have. When someone truly loves you, they help you discover that love doesn't come from outside of you. It lives inside you. They support your journey to understand your emotions. It lives inside you. They support your journey to understand your emotions, to heal your wounds, and to grow into your best self. They don't try to complete you. They remind you that you are already whole. They don't try to complete you. They remind you that you are already whole. Jung called this process of becoming whole individuation. It's about discovering your true self beyond the roles, expectations, and fears. And real love supports this journey. It doesn't hold you back. It sets you free. This kind of love is rare. It doesn't try to possess. It doesn't come with demands or conditions. It simply sees you, supports you, and inspires you to rise. It becomes a safe space where your heart can breathe, your soul can speak, and your life can evolve. And in those moments, when someone sees your most vulnerable self and still chooses to stay, that's when love is at its most powerful. It reflects your strength, your beauty, and your potential. It doesn't ask you to change to be loved. It reminds you that you are loved as you are. And from that place, real transformation begins. Jung believed that love is not about dependence or sacrifice. It's not about completing each other. It's about sharing a life that respects each person's individuality, a space where both can grow, support each other, and walk side by side. So if you've experienced this kind of love, or if you're still waiting for it, know that it all begins with you. The more you accept yourself, the more you will attract people who see your truth and celebrate it. Sometimes we confuse love with physical intimacy. We think love is just about passion or touch. But real intimacy goes far deeper than bodies meeting. It's about souls connecting. It's about presence, understanding, and truth. Now I'd love to hear from you. What has love taught you about yourself? Share your experience in the comments. Your story could inspire someone who really needs it. And if this message touched your heart, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. Someone who's growing, healing, and searching for deeper connection, just like you. Let's create a space filled with love, authenticity, and growth. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a message like this. Thank you for being part of this journey. Thank you for listening. And most of all, thank you for showing up for yourself and for others. Until next time, remember, real love starts with you. When you stand before the right person, someone who truly sees you beyond the surface, something deeper begins to unfold. It's no longer just about bodies or appearances. It's about energy. It's about something ancient and unexplainable, stirring inside you. Something you may have forgotten even existed. In that moment, intimacy becomes more than comfort or affection. It becomes a kind of mysterious certainty. You can't explain it. You can't point to one thing. And yet deep down, you just know, this person didn't arrive by chance. It's as if your soul, quiet and patient for so long, finally finds its voice. But not through words. Even without speaking, even without exchanging a single sentence, something sacred is communicated. It's a spiritual resonance, a quiet confirmation that you're exactly where you're meant to be. It feels like the two of you have been walking parallel paths for years, each carrying wounds, each searching for something undefined. And then suddenly, those lines intersect. And it's not just about attraction or passion. It's about opening a doorway between two inner worlds that recognize each other, nourish each other, and slowly begin to transform. Carl Jung once spoke of an ancient wisdom that awakens when you meet someone who touches the essence of who you are. This isn't just poetry, it's a visceral experience. It's as if your unconscious mind rises to the surface and whispers, "There is something here you must live." It's not something to analyze or understand logically. It's something to feel fully, deeply with your entire being. It shakes you, opens you, and rearranges you. And in that sacred unfolding, intimacy becomes something more, a spiritual experience, a revelation, a return to who you truly are. With the right person, you no longer feel the need to hide. You don't pretend. You don't filter your truth. You exist, open, raw, and yet completely safe. This connection becomes a sacred container where you can let go of every mask, not just physically but emotionally, spiritually, energetically. This kind of connection is rare. Many never experience it, not because they don't want to, but because they settle for shallow connections, for temporary warmth, for relationships that never touch the core. But when you meet someone who awakens your vital energy, something shifts. Your heartbeat changes rhythm. Your breath syncs with theirs. Your busy mind goes quiet. You're not feeling lust. You're feeling presence. The deep, undeniable presence of being exactly where you're meant to be. Even if the world falls away, you know, something profoundly spiritual is happening. And while it may arrive with confusion, fear, even chaos, because deep intimacy stirs your deepest wounds, there's also clarity. a calm in the storm that whispers, "This is real." Because real intimacy is more than pleasure. It's more than comfort. It's a mirror that shows you who you are beneath the layers you built to survive. And sometimes what it reveals is hard to face. But if you're brave enough to stay, to feel, to let the experience move through you without resistance, something begins to heal. Not just your heart, your soul. This healing isn't about being saved. It's about being seen. It's about being seen. It's about remembering. With the right soul, you don't lose yourself. You find yourself. They don't consume you. They illuminate you. And perhaps the most powerful part of all is this: that connection doesn't give you something new. It awakens what was always within you. It brings dormant truths to life. It reminds you that you were never broken. You had simply forgotten your light beneath the weight of fear, trauma, and expectations. Not every connection transforms, but when it does, you feel it. In your breath, as it slows down. In your mind as it finds stillness. In your body, as it finally feels safe enough to rest. You're not guarding anymore. You're not performing. You're allowing. You're surrendering to what is, without fear, without roles, without masks. With the right person, intimacy isn't just an act. It becomes a sacred ritual, a soft disarming. You're not breaking. You're beginning again. And most mysteriously, your body knows before your mind. It feels the frequency. It senses the alignment. You don't need logic. You don't need to explain. It just is. This kind of intimacy isn't planned. It doesn't follow rules or timelines. It doesn't show up just because you're ready. It arrives when it's meant to. And when it does, everything begins to shift. Control fades. Fear loosens. You stop chasing and start being. The soul, which never followed schedules or checklists, finally finds itself in another. And from that space, intimacy becomes healing. Not because the other person fixes you, but because they hold space for you to truly see yourself. And really, isn't that what we all want? To be seen, not for our image, not for what we give, but for who we are. And something beautiful begins to happen when intimacy stops being a distraction and starts becoming a path to expansion. You stop offering yourself out of fear of abandonment. You stop giving your body in exchange for being chosen. You begin to simply exist, and that is enough. And sometimes the most spiritual thing isn't the fire or the passion. It's the stillness, the peace. The way your body sighs in relief. The way your heart finally rests. Real intimacy is not about being completed. It's about being remembered. Not everyone will awaken your soul, but when someone does, cherish it, because in a world full of masks, few things are more sacred than being seen. Not everyone is ready for this level of intimacy. Many sabotage it without even realizing it, not because they don't crave it, but because it terrifies them. One that no longer fits inside superficial bonds or transactional relationships. It resonates only with truth, with what feeds you, with what transforms you. That's when you realize spirituality isn't a distant concept. It's not in temples or far-off rituals. It's here, now, between breaths, between pauses, in the silence shared between two people, in the way someone touches you without possession, in how they look at you when you're doing nothing at all, just being. And those small, quiet moments, when they are real, are worth more than 1,000 promises, because they don't try to convince you, they simply walk with you, but to stand beside you, knowing that together you are holding space for something sacred. You're not running toward the future, or away from the past. You are rooted here, now. You don't need to pretend anymore. You don't need to shrink. You can breathe without apologizing for taking up space. That is the kind of freedom that changes everything, and it deserves to be honored, not for its perfection, but for its truth. And if something in you softened, if something cracked open, if you felt seen in these words, then maybe you're ready to stop chasing love and start letting it in, not from fear, but from wholeness, not to be chosen, but because you already chose yourself. And if this message stirred something in you, share it, Someone out there needs to feel this too. Tell me what part moved you. What did you feel? What did you remember? Your voice might be the mirror that another soul needs to recognize itself. And if you're ready to be part of something real, not perfect, but true, this space is for you. Together we remember that the spiritual isn't somewhere in the sky. And ask yourself, how many of your recent decisions came from authenticity? And how many were driven by fear? Never forget, you are not alone. Change begins with you. And the world desperately needs more people with the courage to embrace their authentic selves. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, choose yourself. Every single day.